You wake up. Same bed, same room. Nothing looks different. You tap your card at the coffee shop. Declined. You check your bank app. Zero. You laugh. Some glitch. Then you look up, and every single person in line is staring at their phone with the same face. It's not a glitch. Overnight, all of it is gone. Every balance, every bill, every number in every account on Earth. And here's the strange part. Nothing was actually stolen, because the thing that vanished was never really there to begin with. Here's something most people never think about. The money you have mostly doesn't exist. Not as paper, not as coins. In most modern economies, well over 90% of all money is just numbers on a bank's computer. There isn't a vault somewhere with your savings stacked inside it. There's a database that says you're owed it. Money isn't a thing, it's a promise. An IOU that everyone has quietly agreed to honor. The paper dollar in your pocket is worth something for one reason only, because you believe the next person will take it. That's it. That's the whole system. A shared belief held by 8 billion strangers at the same time. So what happens the morning that belief disappears? The first few hours are quiet confusion. Cards decline, ATMs sit empty. Stores can't ring anything up. By noon, the confusion turns to fear. Because here's what people realize fast. Gas stations can't sell gas. Pharmacies can't sell medicine. The grocery store is full of food that nobody can buy. Cash is just paper now, so even the people with money under the mattress have nothing. Within a single day, the most ordinary act in the world, buying something, is impossible for everyone on the planet at the same time. Then it gets serious. Because the modern world runs on a system called just-in-time delivery. Stores don't keep much in the back. The average grocery store holds only about 3 days of food. It's constantly restocked by trucks, driven by people, who are paid in money that no longer works. There's an old saying that society is only 9 meals from anarchy. 3 days, that's the buffer. Once the trucks stop, because no one can pay the drivers or the fuel or the warehouses, the shelves don't refill. And it's not just food. The power grid, the water system, the hospitals, all of it depends on workers showing up and companies paying for parts. Take away the money, and you don't just lose your savings. You lose the invisible machine that keeps a city alive. But here's where humans do something remarkable. They don't just give up. Within days, people start to barter, trading the things they have for the things they need. The problem is, barter barely works. Economists call it the double coincidence of wants. To trade, you have to find someone who has what you want and wants what you have at the exact same moment. It's slow, it's clumsy, it falls apart at scale. So people do the only thing that ever actually works. They invent money again. And this isn't a guess. We know exactly what they'll reach for because it's already happened. In prisoner of war camps, men with no economy spontaneously started using cigarettes as currency. Prices, wages, savings, all measured in cigarettes. Nobody planned it. It just emerged because humans cannot function without some shared thing that stands in for value. Take money away and we will rebuild it out of whatever is lying around. And here's the part that should unsettle you. None of this is hypothetical. Money has vanished before, not by disappearing, but by becoming worthless, which is the same thing. In 1920s Germany, money collapsed so completely that people pushed wheelbarrows full of cash down the street just to buy a loaf of bread. Children plays with stacks of it like building blocks because the paper was worth less than the toys. In Zimbabwe, the government printed a single banknote worth $100 trillion, and it still couldn't buy lunch. In Venezuela, people weighed cash by the kilo instead of counting it, because counting took too long and meant too little. Each time, the exact cascade played out. The shelves emptied. Barter returned. New informal currencies appeared. The money didn't disappear from the world. It disappeared from people's belief. And that turned out to be all it ever was. So here's the thing nobody expects. When money vanishes, the wealth doesn't. The morning after, the roads still exist. The farms still have soil. The factories still stand. Every skill in every person's hands is exactly where it was. Nothing real was destroyed. What vanished was the agreement, the shared story that let a farmer in one country feed a stranger in another they will never meet. Money was never the gold or the paper or the numbers on the screen. It was trust made tradable. The single most powerful tool humans ever invented for getting millions of strangers to cooperate. That's why you can't really kill it. Erase every dollar tonight, and within weeks we'd be trading cigarettes, then tokens, then numbers again. Because money isn't a thing that happens to us, it's a thing we do. A story so useful we keep choosing to believe it every single day, without ever noticing that we're the ones holding it up. Tomorrow you'll hand over a card or tap a phone, and a number will move from one account to another. No gold, no paper, just two people agreeing it counts. You always thought money was something you had. It was never that. It's something we all promise, together. Every morning we wake up and decide to believe it one more day.